Sleaze on, Leslie Fram.
Lots of big music news over the weekend. You know, the Beatles released what they're calling the last Beatles song all over my feeds. It's called Now and Then. It's from that 1978 cassette tape. That was that demo that John Lennon made in his New York City apartment. Remember that story? After he was killed, Yoko gave the tape to the remaining Beatles. And then in 1994, they tried to work it out, but I guess the technology to separate John's voice from the piano was not sufficient, so they shelved it. And then Paul and Ringo worked on it this year. And so I've got McCartney actually talking about how George Harrison became part of the playing on Now and Then. It was really interesting. Listen to this.
There's a guitar solo. We had kept George's guitar parts from 95, and I thought what I'd like to do is do a slide guitar solo in George's style. It was really a tribute to George to still be working on Beatles music in 2023. Wow. Now and Then, it's probably like the last Beatles song. And we've all played on it, so it is a genuine Beatle recording.
It's really chilling, Barnes, and what I love is that they're all coming together on this because I follow them all on socials. Olivia Harrison talking about it, Julian Lennon, Sean Lennon. Did you get to watch or see any of the clips from this weekend's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction?
I did Friday night. Man, Sheryl Crow looks amazing.
So excited because, you know, we had her on the show. She's a longtime friend of the Morning X and 99X. And, you know, I want to talk a little bit about her acceptance speech because her longtime friend Laura Dern inducted her, calling her the hardest working human I know. And, you know, we've known that forever. Sheryl got up and she was like, this is so surreal. She said it's a little bit like getting an Oscar for a screenplay you haven't finished writing yet. Which is true, because she's still working, right?
Yeah, she dropped the news of a new album.
Yeah, and I actually saw her last week and got to talk to her, and she was stressing out about the guest list because, you know, people she's worked with for 30 years, her family and everything. Very sad over the weekend. Matthew Perry's loved ones gathered for his funeral Friday. Forest Lawn Memorial Park in L.A., near the Warner Brothers studio. Of course, the cast was there, and his beloved cast and friends, Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, David Schwimmer. Can you imagine just what's going through their minds? They're, is what people are saying, just destroyed by his death. Really weird sidebar note that came out over the weekend. Did you know that Matthew Perry wanted Zac Efron to play him in a biopic?
No.
Yeah, he talked about that. I guess if there was ever going to be, you know, a biopic or a movie made on his life and all of his struggles, he wanted Zac Efron.
Why?
I guess they were friends, and I guess he thought, you know, he could play him. I thought that was real. I wonder if, you know, that's ever going to come to fruition. Who knows?
Well, now there just may be.
Time for another classic TV show to be made into a movie. Never ends in Hollywood, Barnes. The trailer for The Fall Guy is out. Starring Ryan Gosling as a Hollywood stuntman and Emily Blunt as an action movie film director. They are former lovers. Here's part of the trailer. The sexual tension can be cut with a knife.
You are literally the last person on earth I want to see. It's slap. I really could.
And I'm open to that in a safer environment.
I'm the director.
We're gonna set this man on fire.
You're a stunt guy. We need to keep it super profesh.
Profesh is my middle name.
You said your middle name was Danger.
The biggest action star on the planet is missing. You need to bring him back. Jodie's movie is dead.
Why me?
You're a stuntman. Nobody's gonna notice you. That's your job.
Let's do it later. Want to go to a beach somewhere?
Drink a spicy margarita.
Make some bad decisions.
Yes.
What an interesting choice. Of course, the original Lee Majors and Heather Thomas.
How many years ago was that?
It was 1981 to 86 on the air. So that was like my high school-ish time.
Time for a remake.
I never was that into that show. I was always, $6 Million Man for sure. I watched The Fall Guy. It doesn't seem like, like Barbie was such an obvious thing.
Yeah.
Is Fall Guy so obvious?
I don't know. I don't think so, but there goes Ryan Gosling doing it again.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, do you call this a rock and roll baby or a pop culture baby or I don't know. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker had a little boy. I don't know the name, but
Rocky. Remember, he leaked it.
He said Rocky?
Yeah, he leaked. Remember in that podcast interview?
That's right.
Yeah, he leaked that it was Rocky, unless that really wasn't it. I haven't heard like a confirmation or seen the birth certificate, but Rocky's what I heard.
Couple already parents to 6 children between them. There we go. Congrats, I guess. Yeah, congratulations.
He doesn't get any heads turning when he goes to that, elementary school the first meeting of the year where you go to homeroom. No one even pays attention.
Guess who got married over the weekend? Chris Harrison, of course, formerly of The Bachelor, and Lauren Zima. He's 52, she's 35. Barnes, what is he up to now that he's not doing The Bachelor?
He's got his podcast that has been doing well. I really believe he will show back up on The Bachelor. I don't know anything. I just feel like it'll happen.
Well, they had 2 big weddings, one in Napa and one where they live in Austin. I'm surprised you haven't tried to talk to him on your multiple Austin trips every year.
No, I've met him before. I'm not friends with the guy, but he's very nice.
Okay. We got a couple of people moving on. The first one is Tori Spelling. Seems to be moving on from Dean McDermott. They were together many, many years, but she was spotted kissing a new man in downtown L.A. According to the Daily Mail, which seems to be getting all the scoop, he was identified by the outlet as Ryan Kramer, CEO of Santa Monica-based agency Neuron Syndicate. That sounds pretty, I don't know.
Did you see the story, I think it was last week, where she was involved, or they made her involved in a hostage standoff?
What was that about? Yes.
It was something in her neighborhood, and all of a sudden,
Weird.
The headlines are like, Tori Spelling involved in hostage standoff, but she was really just like a few houses away, just a bystander.
Well, that headline caught a lot of, people, would you read it? Yes.
Well, I know clickbait is horrible these days, but It made it seem like she was the one involved in it. She was just nearby.
Yeah. There's your sleaze.